And okay, this immersion is on YouTube, live on YouTube, and I am host here on TNT, and okay, and I am not a professor, I am not a teacher, I am a student as uh, all as you guys. So I am learning with you. And let's start with the second question. Second question: do you enjoy stand-up comedy, or what your experience with stand-up comedy? Clever, could you please this question?
Yeah, claro. I like stand-up comedy, but not all of it. Uh, I I prefer to select their artists very carefully because I think some mix comedy with I don't know verbal violence. So I understand that's a part of the show for someone, but to criticize social, but sometimes it gets personal. So I like stand up, but uh, with carefully.
Yeah, I feel you. Daphne, you could answer, please.
Yes, I like it because they have a more fun, um, the fun way to view the life, and sometimes political situations are so sad they make fun it. They take the situation and became in the fun situation, and yes, we make us laugh, and in this moment is so important because the most of people are became depression, and to laugh it help us to deal with the negative thoughts, for example. And about you, swelling.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. Stand up. So, in my case, I when I feel bad or I have anxiety, my anxiety is high. I like to watch, to laugh, and forgot some things. So I agree with Kleber. Some I don't know how to say that in English. Alguns comedian. Some comedians treat some social criticism. I think criticism, and yeah, sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's bad. So I think it's depends on the situation, and that's it.
Well, Odmar, you
Yes,
have the.
I think I lost the connection. So could you put the questions again in the chat, please? Sorry.
No problem. We are answering the second question. Could you answer, please?
Yes, I most of the time enjoy the stand-up comments. I usually watch at TV or stream content or stream sites or service like Netflix. And yes, for me it's good. I and nowadays I'm really like the A Culpa do Cabral. There's a bunch of guys there talking. That I think the format of the program it's very nice. That's it.
Well, it's a good program. I like to, and I follow the stand-up comedy since 2010, I think, and I really enjoy this type of humor. And like Kleber said, it's important to don't don't be aggressive, or I don't know the other way to say that in English, but when the joke is, when the script is well uh, wrote, I think, it's a good way to bring some humor and like you said, guys, criticism. And I think it's very important to to bring these topics, and topics that it's not easy to say in a serious way, you know. It's for me it's very important. uh Clever, could you read and answer the third question, please?
Okay. Do you have a favorite comedian? If yes, who? Yes. Uh, Brazilian comedy, like Tata Werneck, and he's very good and fast, funny, and human, a big human. And Paulo Gustavo, like too, and uh, she is not a comment, but I like her. Fernanda Montenegro, uh, paper in some TV series. Os Normais, Tapas e Beijos is very, very funny. I like her.
Okay, and you, Swellen, do you have any favorite comedian?
Yeah, a lot of I like a lot of one, but my favorite one is Yuri Marçal. I don't know if you know about him. So I love him,
I like
and
him too. That's very funny.
yeah, he's so good. But I like Rafael Portugal, Thiago Ventura, and the other guys. But I think Yuri Marçal he is my top one, I think. That's it.
Very nice.
And you, Edmar?
I think my favorite one nowadays is the guy is Afonso Padilha. Do you know this guy? I think it's kind of humor. It's very funny. He's a very funny guy, and I have opportunity to go a stand-up show in a theater because on TV they can't talk everything. So in the theater, I think it's better. They show some words they cannot show that talking on TV, in open TV. It's better. It's better to go to a theater to see these guys. That's it. But there is a lot of good comments beside
Yes.
him.
I enjoy all of these comedians, but I have two favorite comedians. Nowadays, I am following Daniel Duncan. He is a great writer. He does a great scripts in a sarcastic way, and he has acid humor, you know. And he's not so popular, but he's so clever in his punchlines, in his jokes. And he does some jokes with religion or racism, but in not a bad way, you know. It's a really clever jokes, and I recommend Daniel Duncan. He's he's a good guy. And you, Daphne?
My favorite are the Bruna Luisi, Tata Werneck, Dani Calabresa. And yeah, I think they are is woman, it's make more funny because it's unusual what they speak. Yes, it's funny. I liked watching.
If I told the second one, I could talk about Bruna Luisa either. I love her. Bruna Luisa is very, very good too.
Yeah.
So, Ellen, could you read and answer the fourth question?
Yeah, how have you ever had the opportunity to attend a live stand-up comedy show? Not, but I would like to go one day. I lost the chance to go. In nearby me, Yuri Marcelo came to 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 near to near came here in my city, but I didn't go because I don't I don't stay in my I forgot how can I say eu não tava na minha cidade, but that's it. So I can't go. So I can't no, I couldn't go. So yeah, it was terrible for me. And nowadays some comedians can come here in my city, but it's not the same. So because he is my favorite one, so when I one day when I have the opportunity to go again, I will go.
And you, Kleber? Your microphone is muted.
Sorry. Yes,
No problem.
I watched stand-up comedy with Paulo Gustavo at Miguel Falabella Theater in Rio de Janeiro. It was incredible. I remember leaving the theater with my stomach hurting for a laugh so much. So stand comedy uh, on live on live only this opportunity, I think. Yeah.
And, and you, Odmar?
Yes, I as I already told you, I went to I have forget the name of the guy. Sorry, Afonso Padilha, and I went to it's a very old guy. I think I can't remember the name. He's usually to go to Jô Soares. He plays an instrument and but very old guy, blonde. I forgot the name of him. But it's very funny one. He criticizes the politicians and the society a lot. If I remember the name of this guy, I don't know if he's still alive. So it's okay. If I remember, I tell to you. But just twice. Most of the time I saw on TV and the stream. Okay.
Okay, thanks. And you, Daphne?
Yeah, I hadn't this opportunity yet, but I suppose it's very interesting. I would like to watch in live in the future.
Well, the last show, comedy show I went was Mauricio Dollins. He is a comedian too, and he's very funny too. He does his show with a Joker costume. you know, the Joker, the o personagem, I forgot this word. He does his show with the Joker costume, and he does some magic tricks, and he's awesome. He's a good performer, you know. And well, hi Cristiane, how are you? I think I think he doesn't hear. Uh, let's try on chat.
Suelen had to go.
Yes, he put on
Oh, I see.
chat. He needed to go. Well, let's following the five question. Do you have a comedy program that you always make you laugh, no matter how many times you watch it? Well, for me, Everybody Hates Chris is a excellent uh, TV show, and every time I see it, I laugh in different joke, or I get different the I get a different joke, or something like that. And everybody hates Chris and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, my favorite TV shows. And like Odmar said, Culpa do Cabral is a good humor too. Nowadays, I don't see too much, but I already watched it. And you, Daphne.
Uh, I always watch the Friends series where there are many funny and interesting scenes, and we can learn a lot of things in English, and it's so useful to us because you can learn many things, expressions, and slangy languages. It's so nice to watch. And you, Kleber?
The same Daphne. Friends is a TV show I consider very well for learning, laughing. I I watch it very much. And Os Normais with Fernanda Torres and Luis Fernando Guimarães is my favorite TV stand-up. It's not a stand-up in the TV comedy TV show, but I like so much. And that's it.
And you, Dimar.
Oh, I like you said, uh, everybody's hate Chris is good. Friends are good too, and I watch the Big Bang Theory. I think it's funny. I don't know it's for everybody, but for me it's very funny. The Big Bang Theory. Culpa do Cabral. I have read said. And where else? Oh, I remember the name, the guy, Juca Chaves. I don't know, it's still alive, but it was very funny and very the humor, the sense of humor is very acid too. Nice.
I
That's it.
didn't know. I didn't know, but
It's an
I will
old one,
search
very
about.
old one. Okay. I think there is a lot of scenes in YouTube you can find there to see him.
Okay. Hi, Cristiane, tudo bem? How are you? You are muted.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you.
Hello, hello. Well, it's our first time with each other. So my name is Bruno. I am host since last month, and I am a student as you guys. And could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I don't know how can I fix the camera because it's yeah, I got right, now it's okay. Uh, Nice to meet you guys. I am Cristiane. I am 44 years old. I live in São Paulo, capital. Um, what else I should tell you? I don't know. Can you hear
There is
me?
no problem. Yes, yes. There is no problem. I put the questions on chat, and we are on the sixth question. So I will read the question, and
Okay.
we could start. What do you think about stand-up comedy abilities to address social and political issues in a humorous way? Well, like we said, like as we said,
I could understand the question.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. Uh,
I'm sorry because I'm late.
no
Uh,
problem, no problem.
uh, I enjoy with uh, some points of how can I say? I don't know English. Critérios. How can I say critérios?
Criteria or criterias.
Criterias. Yes. For example, if you don't hurt, for example, don't hurt. But this is the meaning of the comedy. It's really, how can I say? It's really como se fosse uma linha tênue. Eu não sei falar em inglês isso, porque a comédia, because the comedy comes from por exemplo, Woody Allen, for example. Woody Allen explore a lot of this kind of comedy, and I love Woody Allen. Woody Allen is a director. He's, in my opinion, he's really crazy, but he talks about for example, it's like fucking things that happen in life, and then I think it's really funny. I don't know if I could explain in the right way, if you could
I,
understand me.
I got it. I got it.
Mhm.
Don't worry. And you, Daphne?
Yes, I think I couldn't to understand what the Christian said because I agree with you. I think it's smart, but in the same way,
Mhm.
some jokes is
Mhm.
dangerous. For
Mhm.
example, make jokes with of the skin colors or
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
to laugh about it, some nationalities. I don't like it because it can hurt other people's.
Yeah, but I think it's for example, the comedy. It's for example that happens a lot of bad things to my life in the for 2 and 3 years, and then we could. I think we should try to see the things in the funny ways because, for example, black all be black and doesn't matter talking about the skin, for example. But sometimes, for example, the weight of people, they talk about the weight of people. Peso, tá certo a pronúncia? Weight? Alguém tá ouvindo? Tá ouvindo?
Yes, wait is right.
Ah. And then uh, I think it's really difficult to do jokes and then don't talk about everything that hurts people. I think it's really a challenge to comedians do things.
Okay, I think I have a different opinion about the being heaviest, because being heaviest is very different from people to another. If you talk about different generations, the feeling of someone is heavy is different. So I think
Yeah,
the
sure.
thin line there we're talking about, the thin line, the thin line, okay, the linha tênue, had you said, is different is different depending on the people
Yeah,
that's listening to that. So it's very difficult to let me say to pleasure everyone every time, especially when you're talking about some very when you have to criticize society, it's very difficult to pleasure everyone.
yeah,
And for me, the humor, it's a lighter way to do a good, a very deeply social criticism and political criticism. It's a
yeah,
funny
sure.
way to do that. So they will be offended at all. But that's the point. To
Yeah,
offend this guy, to offend the
I think, in my opinion, of course, the most important thing in these topics in specific, like people with disabilities or a skin color or things like that. The most important thing is being empathic, you know.
yeah,
it,
yeah.
because okay, it's
Uh,
important to bring to society these topics in a good humor and with a clever uh, ethics, but you need to be empathic with this. You need to put yourself in the other shoes, you know. And I don't know, when people is empathic, I think it's it is the most important thing. uh, and you, Kleber, could you share your opinion about?
Yeah, I think it's great. Art can have this determinate. I just think it's important to study for create the script of the stand-up. Because I saw last month two plays in theater. One is very, very nice, and the other, the artist uh, don't study because the it's too much heavy, the violence verbal. So I don't know. I think it is can be possible social criticize without get personal. But it's important study the words. How can I say why what words I put in my mouth for you speak, because one word can be changed everything. So it's not impossible, but it's a big job to study a script for everything. To in these days, I think it is a big job for everyone study more about communication, because everything talk about everything. Everyone talk about everything all the time. But I know this. I study about this. I speak for answer, or I speak because I listen. It's very different. So for me, is our exercise every day. Uh, um, Listen, and when it's my time to talk, think. Uh, I answer because it's my time, or because I know this topic about this topic. You know, so it's important, and the place and stand up, and the people they have influence is very dangerous. Speaking what else? So it's important to study uh,
Yes, yes.
because it's
It's
not difficult.
it's a great point to how you choose the words to do a great script. It's a great point. About this seventh question, Odmar, could you read and answer the seventh question? Are you you are muted?
Sorry, guys. It's
No
number
problem.
7. Is
Yeah,
number
number 7.
Okay, thank you. How do you view the role of humor in society today? Does it play an important role revealing stress in promotion social connection? Can I answer that?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Good. Oh, it's my point of view. The humor and the comedians are so important in society, in democratic society, because if you follow the the dictate countries like that, they don't have democracy, they don't have free press, and they don't have comedians either. So it's very related to the human society is very related to the political issues, to the criticism of the governors. So if you look at that, you never see comedians in dictatorial countries. So it it says a lot about the importance of the humor in society. So it's revealing the stress in for it's because promoting social connection, it promotes the social changes either sometimes. Okay, it's my opinion.
Yes.
And Daphne, what do you think about this? Number 7.
Yeah, I think it helps to distress, but doesn't solve anything in society, for example. I think it helps more personally in the emotional sense. Yeah, and help the get the life the better way. For more funny, not too logic raciocínio, how to say raciocínio? Raciocínio. Reasoning way. Yeah, that's it.
And you, Cristiane?
I think show the hypocrisy. How can I pronunciation? Hypocrisy.
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 I think
Show
it's hypocrisy.
hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It shows hypocrite society that you.
Yeah. For example, I think the show all things people see in the same way in the life, but they prefer how can I say esconder? I forgot. Esconder.
Hiding.
Hiding or don't talk about that. For example, they talk the last week I saw in the theater a banheira. A banheira, and then they talk about tipo GLS, como que eu falo em inglês quando uma pessoa fala dos transformistas, as pessoas que não se reconhecem né, tipo gay, mas não é gay, transformistas, esqueci a palavra, não sei falar. How can I say in English? Transformistas.
I think in this case, I think it's cross-dresser. I think.
Yeah. And then when the theater started, a couple of, for example, more older guys, a couple of older people left the theater about 5 minutes after start the theater. I think it's because for them it's hurt in the same way. Sometimes they have something like that in their family, or I think our I cannot our nossas críticas, o que a gente não consegue lidar, how can I say? Coisas que a gente não gosta de falar, por exemplo, how can I say? Stay, for example, face of the weight or skin, the biggest problem of society, which we prefer hiding than face to face the problem, and then the comedian show the problems, and then I think it's the biggest is a hypocrisy, I think.
Thanks. And you, Clever.
Maybe helps. I think comedy maybe helps a little bit. Not comedy. There are so many ways or helps, but comedy helps maybe a little bit with emotion health and creates a connection of
Yeah.
ideas and repertoires different of the person gives in your life. So it's important to open minds and listen. Certainly, so many ideas I I I don't like, but it's important to listen and think about this in my life. How can I como eu posso relacionar? Well,
How can I relate? I cannot relate
Yeah.
with my life.
How can relation with my life and learning um, how can I say, learning how can I every day uh, bring me to life with the other people because the diversity is in every day in my work in my house and the streets. So yeah, it's an important thing.
As I totally agree with you guys. I think it's very important. Sorry, very important to bring to surface to debate this question, these topics, having a good discussion with about these topics, like we said, about color skin or disabilities or poverty. And I think it's a good way to a light way to talk about it. And but like Daphne said, justice is not not all of the work to we have to do. So it's very important, but we need to talk about it in a serious way too, you know. And I totally agree with you guys. Kleber, could you read and answer the eighth question, please?
Yeah. What are your challenges of beginning a stand-up comedy? Have you ever thought about trying it? Certainly not, because it's a big job, um, and I don't think about this.
And you, Odmar?
Oh, I think the challenge of being a stand-up comedian, it's a very hard, you have to have a very fast mind, very tricky mind, because when you are you at the stage with people, facing the people, sometimes a joke that you are talking that doesn't work depending on the public. So you have to have this kind of feeling to feel your audience all the time, and to change sometimes the subject or the joke, or so I think you have to have a very clever mind and very fast way of thinking, and to choose the jokes, to choose the text, to study the script. So uh, for me, the comedian guys are very, the word is, uh, quando você, the word is subestimado. Sometimes because, they're just a comedian. No, it's very difficult to be a stand-up comedian. So underestimated. I think most of the time they are very
Como
underestimated.
que fala improvisar? Improvise? Improvisar? É improvise?
Yes, improvise. I think it's improvise. Or improvise. I don't know the pronounce.
I
They have
I
to
think
improvise sometimes.
improvise. Yes, yes. Well, in my opinion, like Kleber said before, the choosing the right words are the most important part to do a great script, you know, because one in this case, when you are on the stage, one word could ruin well one bad word could ruin everything, you know.
Yes, true,
So
true. Especially nowadays, because people are too sensitive for the
yes,
subject.
yes. That's the point, you know. So you need to choose the correct words to make the script work, you know. So I think it's the biggest challenge on for the comedians. And for you, Christiane?
For me, I think the similar that you guys just told. I think it's really challenging to comedians to improvise and then uh, make a good job, a good presentation, good comedian presentation. Try to don't talk hurt anybody. I think it's really challenging to them. And I think because of this, sometimes get boring. The comedian gets boring. For example, I don't use to assistir. How can I say assistir? Forgot.
Watch.
What uh, we kind of move that we call pastelão, comédia pastelão. Eu não sei, I don't know in English. É uma comédia tipo As Branquelas, mas pior. Because o que a gente chama de comédia pastelão no Brasil, how can I say in English? Do you know?
I don't know. I am not sure. I will search about.
I think it's like a é um slang, né? Não é uma palavra em inglês.
No, I think you say a bad sense of humor jokes, with a comedy with a bad sense of humor jokes, bad jokes and old style jokes, and with bad sense of humor, or just to there is no content and there's no social content, there's no.
As
And then
translate.
because of there are a lot of rules in comedy, because so boring become so boring, saw some kinds of comedy, and then I prefer didn't see, because I think the biggest problem is not show the things. This is my opinion. And then, for example, I think it is this.
Guys, we don't have more time, but I really enjoyed this conversation. We are great with each other, helpful, and I really appreciate that. I put on the chat the link to link to rate this conversation. I put the wrong link. Ok, agora sim. I put the link to rate this conversation, and I really enjoyed. I don't know if you want to share something, but for me it was so good. Thanks.
Thank you too. It was good. It's very nice conversation. Thank you guys. Have a nice lunch.
Thanks. Bye bye. Until
Bye.
next time.
Bye bye. See you.